Okay, so this is very important. If you own one of these boxes, the ONN 4K or ONN 4K Pro box, and you're outside of the United States, then there's something you really shouldn't do. Otherwise, it's going to completely brick your box. Stick around. All the details coming up shortly. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to my channel. Doing these three things help us make more great videos for you. So, as I say, if you own one of these boxes, then there is something important that you should not do. Now, what is that? That is basically resetting your box to factory defaults, because if you're outside the United States, this is going to effectively brick your box. Now, I'm going to tell you the reason why. As of November 2024, ONN have released a firmware update to the box which locks it to the United States and I believe Puerto Rico too. So if you're outside of the United States or Puerto Rico and you do a factory reset on the box, it's not going to let you reset it back up again. You are going to get this message saying unsupported region. This ONN 4K streaming box is only supported in the US and Puerto Rico. Please contact your place of purchase for assistance. Now, obviously, these boxes were never really designed to be used outside of these areas, and obviously ONN have got wind of this, that many boxes are being exported and being used quite freely around the world. Now, you might have seen a video recently that I released that says Thomson are releasing these sort of boxes in Europe. Now, it could be to protect Thomson's rights. It could be to stop people from importing them and damaging sales from Thomson's alternative box. Now, one thing I should stress, at the current time, if you do not restore your box to factory settings, you seem to be okay. So don't think to yourself, well, I haven't received this message, so I'm okay. Well, that is probably because you haven't reset your box to factory settings after the firmware update has arrived to the box. So as long as you don't factory reset your box, then you should be okay. You shouldn't see this message. But what if you do have to factory reset the box? What if it all goes pear-shaped and you've got no other option? Well, we may have a solution for you, and I'm going to go through this right now. Some people have reported on various forums that this has worked for them when they've reset the box back to factory settings. They've managed to reset it back up. You do need to have a VPN and also another device to install that VPN on. If you've got a router, that will allow you to install a VPN profile on it. Like my Asus router, for instance, I can install OpenVPN from Nord, or I can download the profile for the US, install it on my Asus router, and everything that's connected to the router thinks it's in the US. So that's one way around it. But many ISP supported or supplied routers do not support this particular function. If you have a mobile phone with a VPN installed on it, then you could try switching on the VPN, setting it to the United States, turning on the mobile hotspot, and then connecting your ONN box to the mobile hotspot when resetting it back up. Although I've got to say, this doesn't seem to work on all mobile phones. Now, if you've got a Windows PC, then you can create a mobile hotspot in that. It is a little tricky, but I'm going to go through the steps with you now on how you set that up. You do need to have your VPN installed on the Windows PC. Now, I'm going to show you in Windows 11, which at the current time is the latest version of Windows, and this may not work for all VPNs. I've got NordVPN installed on my laptop, so let's just have a look. So first of all, what we need to do is we need to go into mobile hotspot. Now, I would say grab yourself a pen and a piece of paper, because we need to write some things down, because we need to refer back to things later on. And these things are going to differ from PC to PC. So yours isn't going to be exactly the same as mine. So take a pen, take a piece of paper, get ready to take some notes. So first things first, we we need to turn on the mobile hotspot. So click on the start button, okay, and just type on your keyboard hotspot. And hopefully you should see after a few seconds mobile hotspot system settings. Move your mouse over that, left click on it, and under network properties, make a note here of what's under network properties. Now the name is the Wi-Fi name, so this is the name you're going to be looking out for when you connect your ONN box to the Wi-Fi, and the password there, that is the password you are going to use again when you're connecting your ONN box to the Wi-Fi. Now this is only for setup. Once the box has been set up, you can connect it to your normal Wi-Fi, but make a note of these details. Please note the password is case sensitive. So here I've got a lowercase k, so you'll need to actually put in a lowercase k when you're putting these details in. So that's the first thing. So the next thing is we're just going to hold down the Windows key. The Windows key is usually between the FN key and the ALT key, or the CTRL key and the ALT key in the bottom left hand corner of your keyboard. It's denoted by the Windows flag. Hold that down and tap the letter R, R for Romeo. Okay, so when this box opens, if there's anything to the right of open, then delete that out. And then we want to type in there, N for November, C for Charlie, P for Papa, A for Alpha, full stop, C for Charlie, P for Papa, L for Lima, ncpa.cpl. Then press enter or return on your keyboard, or press OK. Now you should see this come up, this screen. Now there might not be as many connections in yours, these icons here, you might not see as many. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this down a little bit, and I'm going to turn on the mobile hotspot, and I'm going to look at what icon appears. So turn it on, okay, and click on, there you go, that down there, if it disappears, and there you go. As you can see, I have got local area connection *2. That's appeared. That wasn't there before. And I can verify that just by turning the mobile hotspot off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on the little control panel icon again. And there you go. That has disappeared. So let's just turn it back on again. Click on the little on there and click on the little blue box there. And there you go. So that is the local area connection *2 on my laptop. That is my mobile hotspot connection. So make a note of that, the mobile hotspot connection. And it's also there, it actually says Microsoft Wi-Fi Direct Virtual Adapter. So the next thing we need to do is we need to go into our VPN. So let's just open up the VPN. So I'm going to click on the start button, type in the name of my VPN, which is Nord, and then click on NordVPN. Let it load up. And then what I want to do is I want to connect to the United States. So let's just connect to the United States. And I'm going to click on the little blue icon down there. And I'm just going to see what appears. There you go. I've got Nord Links has now appeared down the bottom there, Nord Links Tunnel. Now this might be different on yours. It might be something else that might appear, but just make a note. So this is our VPN connection. Okay, so don't worry if your internet connection drops out on your laptop and your VPN struggles to connect. What we need to do is we need to find basically the connection that has just appeared, or the connection that did have a cross beside it, like one of these, but then the cross disappeared. We need to find either that, and it will be something to do with your VPN. So as you can see on mine, Nord Links has appeared. It's not got a cross through it. So what I need to do is I need to right click on the connection that's either just appeared or just lost its cross, the one that's something to do with our VPN. Click on properties, that's a left click. Click on sharing, okay, and click on allow other network users to connect through this computer's internet connection, the little box beside it. Click on select a private network connection and then select your hotspot name, the one you wrote down earlier. So mine was local area connection 2. Now, if you do get a warning here, then don't worry, just OK that warning and click on OK there. And hopefully now you should be able to connect to that Wi-Fi connection that we showed you earlier. If I click on the cog just down there, this Wi-Fi connection here. Now, what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to try connecting to that on my mobile phone and just see if I've got a network connection on the mobile phone. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to swipe down from the top of the screen and then I'm going to go into settings. So let's just press the settings cog, go into Wi-Fi, and then I'm going to click on, I'll tap on Wi-Fi, and then I'm going to find this network just down there. There you go. As you can see, it's second one from the bottom. So tap on that and I'm going to type in that password just as it's shown on the screen there. So, and as I said, it's case sensitive. So please make sure you type it in just as it's shown on underneath network properties. And I'm going to tap connect. Now, if you do have trouble connecting to the Wi-Fi network, then just try disconnecting from the VPN and reconnecting again, and hopefully that should then allow you to connect. Now, what you want to do is go into Chrome and then type in the search whatismyip.com and then press the blue go button or the go button on your keyboard, and just make sure that under my IP location it shows a location in the US. And that means that then when you go to then connect your ONN box to this Wi-Fi network, hopefully it will think you're coming from the US and it will allow you to set up the box. Like I say, once the box has been set up, then that's fine. You can disconnect it from this hotspot and carry on using it on your normal network. So let's just turn off the mobile hotspot. So say if we'd actually managed to set up the ONN box and we've done everything we need to, so we'd turn off the mobile hotspot, and then what we do is we go back into the blue control panel box at the bottom there, click on our VPN icon that we used before. So mine was NordLink. So right click on that, left click properties, go into shared, go into sharing just up there, and then take the tick out of allow other network users to connect through this computer's internet connection, and then click on OK. So essentially we're just reversing what we changed before, and then close any boxes down off of the screen. And we can now disconnect from the VPN too. Now, if you've still got problems connecting, then what I would say is try and find somebody that's got a router that's a non-ISP supplied router, one that will allow you to put a VPN profile in, like an open VPN profile, and stick that in the router. Connect via a cable. On the ONN 4K Pro, you do have an Ethernet connection on there. On the ONN 4K, you will need to get a OTG cable with an Ethernet adapter on it. They're about £15 in the UK, but connect it with an Ethernet cable rather than over Wi-Fi. Try and get it set up via the Ethernet cable. Once it's set up via the Ethernet cable, that's okay. You don't need to carry on using it. You can then connect it to a Wi-Fi and it will carry on working. You can also buy one of these small travel routers with an Ethernet connection, which may well give you the option to be able to select a VPN on the router. One person on the forums did say that he bought one of these travel routers and managed to connect that to a VPN which was based in America, and managed to plug his ONN 4K box straight into the LAN port whilst plugging in his usual internet provider into the WAN port on here, and it allowed him to make it look as though that he was in the United States to be able to set this up. But obviously this is adding lots of costs once you've factored in the cost of a VPN if you don't have one already, and then you factor in the cost of the router. You're probably going to end up paying more than what you paid for the ONN box in the first place. So I would suggest try one of the other methods described in this video first. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, consider hitting that thanks button and making a donation to this channel. Or if you can't do that, then have a look in the description down below. We've got some great links down there for you to various things, including my Amazon shop, which contains all the things I love at the moment on Amazon: Fire TV sticks, Fire TV cubes, and VPNs. Buying, subscribing and donating really does help support this channel. It helps me to be able to dedicate more time to spend researching to bring you these great videos. And whilst you're at my YouTube channel, why not stick around? I've got thousands of other videos for you right here, right now, covering all sorts of subjects. Hopefully whilst you're here, you're going to find something to educate you, entertain you, amuse you, and maybe even save you some time and money. And if you do see any videos that you think your friends, your family or your work colleagues might like to see, then please don't forget to share these videos on your social media timelines. You can check me out on X. I'm at CWTEK. You can also check out my website. It's cwtek.co.uk. Thanks for watching, and speak to you again soon.